Welcome back. Let's take a quick look at what's happening on the covers of the newspapers this morning. Winnie and I are going to do what we can to do this justice.
Yes, of course.
We have quite a few papers with us. We're going to start with The Punch. Today is Wednesday, September 18th, 2024. Governorship poll, 35,000 core arrive Edo as joint forces begin patrol. Military, NSCDC, EFCC personnel backed up police team. INEC tracks ballot boxes movements. On executive order there, Tinubu eyes a $2.5 billion investment. 20 governors borrow a fresh 446 billion naira as revenues tumble. 3 marketers to import 141 million liters of petrol. And how federal government earned $1.29 billion from telecom licenses, according to President Obasanjo, former President Obasanjo. We have here some photo stories here saying police parade 2,740 suspected kidnappers with and others with 4,087 ammunition rounds. Now, that is a lot of ammunition. It says here, 3 Oyo students remanded for allegedly causing colleagues' death, and federal government alerts 11 states as Cameroon plans Lagdo Dam release. Wow. Okay, page 30.
Yes, very interesting.
Yeah.
But I think I would like to comment on the Edo polls actually coming up, and I'll say so far they've actually done a great job when it comes to coverage, literally following the candidates and literally just staying up to date with everything happening in the state. I mean, they've spoken a lot about, I mean, initially there were some issues, some fights and clashes here among the parties and all of that, but then again, the election is fast approaching, and we're definitely looking forward to see how it's going to turn out. It's actually quite unpredictable at this point. So yeah.
Yeah. So
that one.
I don't know. Off the top of my head, I'm wondering the details of. Okay, so you have military, then you have the NSCDC, but then you also have EFCC personnel backing them up, backing up the police. I guess it's necessary.
Yes, of course. I mean, I'm talking about campaigns. I'm talking about money. I'm talking about, do you understand? So the allocation of funds with regards to money going out to even INEC, to the parties, all of that. All right. Now we're moving quickly on to the Nigerian Tribune. For the major headlines here, we have PDP but meets Wike behind closed doors. You can't set Bauchi on fire. Governor dares FCT minister. We have the Nigerian Tribune here. For the major headlines, we have PDP but meets Wike behind closed doors. You can't set Bauchi on fire. Governor dares FCT minister. Insists PDP Governors Forum stands by Fubara. We have that on page 5. To the top left, we have 8 killed, 2,800 injured as Hezbollah fighters' pages explode in alleged Israeli attack. Page 3, I actually saw a clip of that. Abure-led LP fights back as Usman interim leadership seeks INX recognition. We have that on page 28. To the right of that, we have Supreme Court judgment on LG financial autonomy may only remain implementable on paper. Niyi Akintola, we have that on page 4. Below the masthead there, we have FAAC. Federal government states LG's share 1.203 trillion naira August revenue. We have that on page 6. Federal government to unbundle 115 Unity colleges. We have that on page 30. Makinde flags off upgrade of Ibadan Airport today. We have that on page 4. We have an image there. To the left of that, we have ECOWAS targets $12 billion capital investments for Lagos Abidjan Road project. We have that on page 30. 2.2 million registered voters collected PVCs in Edo INEC. We have that on page 3. Flooding, 250,000 persons at risk of being displaced in Kogi. Government warns establishes 42 IDP camps. To the right of that, we have end banditry killings now. No room for excuses. Danjuma tells service chiefs. We have that on page 3. It's illegal for NNPCL to fix price of dangote petrol. We have that from Falana on page 8.
I find it, what struck out for me was the Ibadan airport. The upgrade of the airport. I can only imagine how important it is to have an airport in a city as large as Ibadan. A lot of people underestimate how large that space actually is. It's quite a big place. And a lot of people have to land in Lagos in order to get to Ibadan from wherever they're coming from.
Yes.
Having that airport upgraded and up to date will be very, very, in fact, it's essential to reduce the traffic on the Lagos airports.
Yes, of course. But then again, it's good to also mention the train station, which actually came in handy at the time. The airport was not necessarily serviceable. But then again, having the train that way, having the airports also up to date definitely will actually increase a lot, even economically that way as well. Yeah.
There's so much happening on the covers of the papers this morning. We'd love to hear your thoughts on what we have. Use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC and tag us on Instagram. That's WakeUpNigeria TVCE with your thoughts. All right then.